Been a lot of talk about Joe Montana lately. And so I ended up watching some Joe Montana yesterday. Actually, quite a bit of Joe Montana. There's a book I'm listening to called Season of the Witch. And it's not about sports, but there is a chapter in the book that's about the 49ers 1981 football team that beat the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship game, breaking years of heartache and then beating the Bengals in the Super Bowl and, the birth of a dynasty. It's probably the second best book I've listened to this year if you're looking for a holiday gift or something to read during these next few weeks. That or Chaos. It's incredible. Anyway, Cowboys Niners. We know how it ends, right? It ends with the catch. And this is the play from the game that you've seen a million times. If you were alive then and conscious enough to watch it, then you probably remember some of the other stuff that I'm about to show you. But if you weren't, like me and many others, what you know of this game is this play and that throw, which came on 3rd and 3, by the way, with under a minute left. And the last thing Bill Walsh told Joe Montana before he jogged back on the field after a timeout was, don't have to force it. We got a 4th down. If there's nothing there, throw it away. And it turns into, maybe the most iconic catch in NFL history. But that's the greatest catch you've ever seen, or one of them, I guess. I saw watching this tape the greatest catch I've never seen. And maybe I'd seen it once, like watching this, but a few things pretty incredible about this. Number one, the Niners get the ball down 27-21 at their own 10.5-yard line with just under 5 minutes left. They're in a 1-score game, despite the fact, and at one point Vince Scully says it during this broadcast, that they have a half dozen turnovers. I had to look it up. Vince Scully says, Niners have a half dozen turnovers. And I'm like, half dozen is 6. You can't mean they have 6 turnovers. They had 6 turnovers. Joe Montana had 3 interceptions going into this last drive. And, so when you see the clip last week of people comparing, I told myself I wasn't going to say Brock's name in this video because it's crazy. But of Mike Martz making the comparison, I think that's part of what he's talking about, right? It's like one of the great quarterback skills. After you make mistakes, after you throw interceptions, do you lose your confidence or do you come back as if nothing happened? Do you have a short memory like a cornerback or a relief pitcher or whatever? And that was the case in this game. They had 6 turnovers and were down by 6 points with less than 5 minutes left. So let's go back a few moments. I didn't see this live. You didn't see that catch live. Maybe you did. Actually, some of you might have. I know from the comments, it's always good to have perspective of different age groups here, people with historical perspective, people with fresh perspective, that kind of thing, kids. One other person who did not see the catch, this play, did not see it live was the Niners owner. I learned this yesterday, Eddie DeBartolo Jr., who was there, but was blocked off by a horse. He was stuck behind a horse when Dwight Clark made the catch. He didn't actually see the catch. All he saw was that horse's butt. Tough. All right, let's go back to the beginning of this drive because there's a few things. Niners ran the ball a lot. This actually was Shanahan would have loved, of course, it was Bill Walsh, so everybody would have loved this drive. But the Cowboys had 6 defensive backs on the field. The Niners ran the ball a lot. This was one throw that stood out. This is not the throw that I wanted to show you, but this throw stood out to me. This is a 3rd down throw. And look at the arm here on Montana. I'm going to make it bigger, actually. Look at the arm. That video is not slowed down. That is how long the ball took to get to his receiver, Freddie Solomon. And if you saw that and the guys weren't as special athletically back then. Watch this reverse. Watch this reverse from Freddie Solomon. Watch how fast this guy is. Whew. I mean, remind you anything? Oh, I love these guys at the end of the play. Hold on. Let's hang in for this high five. Low five. I got you. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Okay. So as they're showing the replay of that play, what I think is the greatest throw I've never seen occurs. After that Freddie Solomon reverse, it's first down. And Joe Montana's thrown 3 interceptions. And he makes this gutty ass throw. Watch this. Oh, I don't know if you could tell here. I know sometimes, like when I play videos on YouTube, it loses a few frames, but this is layered over a defensive back who's jumping in front of another guy who's cutting right on the sideline to Dwight Clark. There's a replay of this, so if you can't see it as well, we'll show you the replay too. I've watched this throw 10 times since yesterday. Actually, you know what? I'm going to shut up and turn up the volume for a second.
25-yard line.
This is replay.
Passes to Solomon and Elliott and Cooper, then the reverse, and now the pass to Clark. And with 1:31, the 49ers first and 10 on the Dallas 25.
All right, here comes the replay.
And the important thing, again, they still have 3 timeouts.
Here's that quick play to Clark. He just did stay in bounds. All right.
I mean, I'm sure we could find some Marino throws. I'm sure we could find some like Brady throw. I mean, there's a lot of throws in the category, but given what we know now about this launching a dynasty, comeback drive precedes the catch, had thrown 3 interceptions already. 76 is about to crush him. Whoever this is, I don't know if that's the only guy I know from that defense is like Ed Tutel Jones, but nonetheless, I cannot get enough of this throw. This throw is ridiculous. And it's all, I mean, look at the touch, the accuracy and the touch. All right, here's the, I don't know if you can see that the ball is right above the stick. Defensive back, Clark. Defensive back. Let's watch it live again. I mean, given the situation at the time, if I'd seen that throw, would I have thought that's the best throw I'd ever seen? Probably not. After the game, I definitely would not have been talking about that throw. I would have been talking about the one to Clark. But given the situation, and I just keep, given the fact that he'd thrown 3 picks in this game, oh my God, I think it's an incredible throw. And maybe I wouldn't have been thinking about it if we hadn't been talking about 49er quarterback arm strength for so long. But we could find throws that are further. We could definitely find throws with higher velocity. Is it even possible to have a tighter window throw than that throw? I guess you could argue that throw in the middle of the field maybe is riskier, at least the sideline throw. If he misses him too far, but I just think that, to me, this is the whole thing. The guy's thrown 3 picks. It's crunch time, and he has the ability to make this play. Yeah, I know the ball probably disappeared. It disappears on me too. It's not just you. So, and then it leads to the catch, and it's on. If that ball's incomplete, it was only first down. If the catch is incomplete, they still have another play. But I think when you add up everything involved and what leads up to this throw, the throw, what comes after the throw, it's got to be one of the best throws I'd never seen. And there's a lot of throws I've never seen. There's millions. There are more throws I've never seen than there are throws that I have seen. But I'd be hard-pressed to find one. I just have a hard time believing somebody, you're going to send me a throw. Send me a throw better than that. The situation, what it meant, the whole thing. Anyway, here's a couple other things I didn't know about this game. The Niners score the catch. Okay. The Niners take the lead on the extra point. They're up by 1 after that happens. The Cowboys get the ball back and almost win it. I didn't know. Call me ignorant. I was. Watch this. Oh, he's gone. That was allowed. A lot of things. Something about watching old games. There's just a lot of stuff allowed. There's Landry in a suit. And then this is why you pay a pass rush.
were trying to get at him, and they got him. Lawrence Pillars, he fumbled the ball. Jim Stuckey diving at the ball. And did Stuckey get it? Yes!
That's why you pay pass rushers. One other thing that stood out from the game. What do you think? Better fans. These two dudes after the Freddie Solomon. Where were these guys at? These two after the reverse, playing it cool, or somebody's mom out there. As this guy, as the guy on the right of the screen, smoking a J. Yeah. Somebody out there, that's your mom. Somebody's mom right there. There you go. That was pretty awesome. I'm gonna give this throw. I've watched this throw now. Between watching it yesterday, rewinding it today, truly 40 times. I'm gonna go to the replay. And you can tell me, am I overreacting in this throw? I don't think I am. That's just stone cold. Incredible. It's not about arm strength. It's about accuracy over any other arm talent. Without it, none of the other stuff really matters. Footwork. Purdy could do that. I mean, that's what we're getting at. Could he? Here's the thing. By this point in time, Montana had multiple game-winning drives in the NFL, and he was already. And Vin Scully says it during the break. You can go watch it. He was a comeback artist at Notre Dame too. Montana noodle arm. So, a couple people who were there. Greg, I saw it live. It was the first 49ers game I ever saw. It was the day I became a Niners fan and a Cowboys enemy. Steven, saw it live. The place was just losing its mind. I can't imagine. I was just watching the highlights thinking, for anybody, a fan of any team, to watch their team turn the ball over 6 times, how could you have any belief that you're going to win the game? I mean, I don't know how you could. The touchdown pass on the drive, 88 Super Bowl Cincinnati was a better throw. All right, we'll put it up against it, but I don't know, man. Neither. This is homemade. But if given the choice, I'd go mint mojito from Phil's, iced. A lot of mint. All right, so there you go. You can have that moment. We'll find out. You're capable of the moment. We'll find out. I told you I wasn't going to mention Brock today because it's not about Brock. How much were tickets back then? Great question. Would somebody here who was at the game could tell us? Never win a game with 6 turnovers now. I don't know how you won a game with 6 turnovers then. The other funny thing about the game is I said it wasn't about Brock. It's not about Brock Montana comparisons. The other funny thing about the game is when they show this on TV, Vin Scully, who's calling the game, says, they always say it's going to be a barn burner, and this time it lived up to it. Back then, 27-21 was considered a barn burner. Saw it on TV. Mom was a candlestick in the end zone with my stepfather. 27-21 barn burner. The world has changed. The game has changed. 6 turnovers. I would not think you'd have 28 points with 6 turnovers, which gives you, I guess, an idea. Actually, Montana's 3rd interception was a deep ball down the right sideline. That was just basically a 50-50 ball. it looked truly like like every Garoppolo deep ball. Actually, that's not true. John will overshoot it. This one was undershot, but it was uninspiring. It was uninspiring. So I guess it just goes to show it's so much about what you can't see, what's up here. And Montana had it. Yeah, Dallas had, I think, 3 turnovers in the game. So I think it was 9 turnovers in the game combined. But that's still half of 6. If you have your opponent has 6, you have 3. I got to imagine the percentage of team. Actually, this is a good research question. I don't know. We probably couldn't find it right now. But NFL team record when you have 6 turnovers has to be. I got to imagine it's under 10%. If you have 6 turnovers. I mean, definitely somebody's done that research. But anyway, there you go. I think that's the greatest throw I'd never seen. But I'll keep watching a bunch of throws that I'd never seen. Knees, you can have high turnovers because defense could be more physical and have solutions. Now it heavily favors the offense, so it's a death sentence. You know, that is a good theory. It is a good theory that's a good theory that the other team wasn't going to capitalize on your turnovers as much and automatically convert it into points because it was just naturally a lower scoring game, more offensive failure. Yeah, I like that theory. How about these dudes on the sideline, by the way? Just can we get Mike McCarthy? One of these. I mean, this guy looks like he was probably at the grassy knoll, 63, and then at the NFC Championship game in 81. All right, send me a better throw in a bigger moment, and maybe we'll make a video about that one. Got to roll. Thanks for jumping in. And what's today? Wednesday. Have a good Wednesday. Have a good Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll talk to you before then. Niners play tomorrow. God. All right. Here we go. All right, everybody. Later.